has...
You didn't know?
You can say we are the in crowd.
They got 2 words for you!
Acknowledge us.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Stadium Rant proudly presents to you the most electrifying wrestling show in the world. We are your hosts, the Big Show, Shake and Bake, the Nard Dog Bernard Green, and the Professor Nicholas Mullick. We're the Ringside Boys. This is Ringside Rant. Kind of a focus show, not as all over the place as sometimes we can be. We try to stick on topic, but, you know, it is a rant after all, so what happens, happens. Halloween Havoc is coming up this weekend, this Sunday. We've volleyed around the idea of doing a watch party. I don't remember if it was cemented. I think we were all interested in doing it. But we'll get into that later. I'm sure if the boys are free, we'll get after it. It's a big NXT event. We won't do all of them, but there's fun ones. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on in WWE as well. Some Monday Night Raw stuff, American Made again, some dumb people in wrestling. Drew Gulak, some responses to that. Stephanie Baker and Julia get a fun little match. Carlito, foot and mouth disease yet again. And we find our way talking about Vince McMahon again. Unfortunately, sorry if you're sick of it. It just is literally news almost every week. I think we got a free week last week.
Hey guys,
I don't think we talked about him.
There's been another Vince McMahon scandal.
Yeah, I think we went 1 week.
Scandal.
We went 1 week, so that's not bad. If
Hey,
we have
the new record of 6 days.
Yeah, if we have like a sign weeks without talking about Vince, it was at 1, now it's back to 0. So we gotta hopefully cleanse the palate. But we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight. Gentlemen, how we doing?
I'm ready for this week to end. I'm picking up that Call of Duty midnight tonight at GameStop. But they're going to pop that in here. I might get off work early just to play the damn thing. Who knows?
Dude, you're lucky. I wish I could get off work to play that game early, but fortunately for me, work is work. I got to do it. So need to get paid in order to pay for the Call of Duty. So
Amen.
You're lucky I'm not.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been an interesting week. Let's just get this out of the way because I really don't want to spend more time on it, but it's something we have to talk about. At this point is the newest Vince McMahon allegations. Let's just get it out of the way. Talk about our piece. It's not like any of us have any new feelings on the subject. It's just more of the bad. Nicholas, you kind of brought it to our attention. Take it away.
So, you remember when I said every single episode that Vince better get his lawyers ready? Stuff like this is why, because 2 scandals came out today. The Rolling Stones came out with an article of a ton of writers coming out accusing him of so many terrible things of workplace. Some stuff we knew, like how Vince McMahon hates sneezing, and more harassment stuff that got leaked there. And now, and I said this to you previously when we talked about the Ring Boy scandal, another lawsuit is coming out from that. And I said before, and I'll say it again, people throw Vince under the bus, and I absolutely 1,000% agree with that. But Linda McMahon herself should be ashamed of herself because she knew a lot more than I thought about the Ring Boy scandal stuff from this lawsuit. And I'm glad that Tom Cole's brother, I gave you guys a video on our private DMs about him discussing about it.
Yeah.
Sick stuff. And like I said, when they were glorifying Pat Patterson, Tom Cole 3 months later committed suicide because he hated the praise. Like, it's just a sad situation. I hope they throw the freaking book at Vince. I hope they throw the book at Linda too, because she knew more. And I hope WWE releases those NDAs, because WWE had a hand in the NDA process because Vince was using company money. So I hope they waive those NDAs, rinse themselves of the filth this man has brought to WWE and professional wrestling. Like, they got to do it now. Like, they got to get rid of this guy. And the worst part is, when this guy dies, they're never going to glorify this guy. No tribute video is going to come being played. No Hall of Fame is like Hall of Fame. Forget it. Forget everything about the guy. Like, his legacy is forever rotten. And with all these new allegations, and trust me, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot more coming out in the future once that investigation comes out. But Vince, you're done. Get those lawyers ready. And just in case if Linda's feeling up to it, make sure you got the divorce lawyer ready. And my advice to you, go up to John Laurinaitis. He has a good divorce lawyer that he could recommend to you. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, they're not getting divorced at this point. I'm telling you, she's in it as deep as he is. Every step of the way, what I just learned about the ring boy thing, it doesn't stop there. I'm convinced that she was going to go to the grave with this whole thing. And now that these things are becoming more public, that she was well aware of what was going on. Like, how can anyone take a divorce seriously at that point? Like, I mean, I guess unless very possible, there was threats of physical violence from Vince if she didn't turn a blind eye, say nothing. Right. Wouldn't shock me either the more I think about it, but it's just all fucked up. It's all disgusting, and it just needs to stop.
And the fact that Bruce Pritchard keeps defending this man and I love Mick Foley to death. He's one of the nicest people in the world, but the fact that Mick Foley keeps defending him and everybody keeps doing it, like, how many allegations is it going to take for people to wake up that Vince is not a good guy? Like, I get he helped you out financially. I get how he helped you out with your careers. Vince is not a good guy. He doesn't deserve to be glamorized. And the more that comes out and the more you defend him, the more worse you look.
Yeah. Bernard, what do you think, man? Just close this one up.
Yeah, I'm gonna close this one up. I'm trying to make it short and sweet as I possibly can. If you ever notice what y'all talking about the Vince McMahon stuff, when Vince McMahon Sr. first run this company, there were not nearly half or a third of this bull crap going on back then, how Vince McMahon was now. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but his dad, he ain't had none of this stuff going on, going on in the company or whatever and all. And it's like I tell Nick and you, on Slack, it's like when you a billionaire, it's like you end up doing stupid stuff. And it's like, to the ones who you know, um, worship this man or take up for this man or defend this man, then that means I kind of lost respect for you. Even if you are one of the wrestlers that I like and love growing up and I respect, but it's like kind of lost a little respect for it because like it doesn't matter, you know, what he did. Hell, he could give you $1 billion off the rip. The fact that he do some wrong shit like that, it's like all bets are off, man. It's like you kind of tied it into. But it's like, Linda, she shocked me. I didn't know she was in this stuff. I mean, and when I first saw Linda McMahon was in, I said, oh, wait a minute, what? The wife is in it? So I'm thinking like, damn, the whole McMahon clan is up to no good. Shane, Stephanie, hell, probably Triple H. I mean, who knows? And I love Triple H.
But here's
Who
another
knows
thing
how
too
deep
that
it goes? That's the worst part.
that nobody is mentioning. We all should have known something was going on when Linda McMahon was running for Senate twice. Her opponents challenged her on stuff like the steroid trial. She apparently got tipped off by someone with that, and who knows what else she got tipped off on. Like, they were going to hire, and nobody knows this. And I know about this, but the doctor that was giving the steroids, George Sahorian, was going to be hired by WWE at the time. And when Linda gets tipped off, all of a sudden, nah, we're good. Just go call us on a payphone and go shred your. Like, when was the last time you would actually call a doctor on a payphone? Like, leave your office, go to a payphone. Like, it's crazy. But with Linda McMahon, she ran for Senate many times. We should have known something shady was up with her. And I'll conclude with this because we're going on too long here. I don't know how these people sleep at night. I really don't.
Me either.
Probably helps on a fat pile of money, but they're coming after that now too. So
Well, what money are they going to have left, depending how these lawsuits?
As I said,
turn
he's
out?
going to be broke.
they're coming after it. A little bit more unfortunate news. We're just gonna cleanse the palate. Just get the poop out of the way. You know, eat your greens so you can have the steak and potatoes here. And that's we don't got broccoli, nothing you like. We got straight up just steamed like cabbage, dog. We're just eating
Hey,
straight up steamed cabbage.
Steamed cabbage is pretty good, dude. Come on.
I'm just trying to for the people. Sorry, steamed cabbage enjoyers.
Popeye
Whatever.
won't be happy
Samantha
with you.
Irving is gone. My
Aw.
my need for parallels and things like that are gone because Samantha Irving is gone, and it just sucks fart. And now, like when we saw Lillian Garcia backstage a few weeks ago, we thought it was fun. No, that's because they were probably talking about a contract because they knew Samantha was leaving. And people are like, oh my God, this, that, the other. How could you not? Apparently, this was in the works for a while. Everybody in WWE knew about it. Nobody was shocked except for the fans because we didn't know. For once, we didn't know something, which is weird. But yeah, it sucks, man. She was here 3 years. And that's a short shelf life. I mean, for an announcer, I guess not on the main stage. It's not all that short, but in that short period of time compared to other greats in her field, Howard Finkel, Lillian Garcia, who I already mentioned, Justin Roberts, Tony Chimmel, all those guys who have been there for so long. 3 years is all she had. And she is top 3 without even thinking about it. I could make an argument she is the greatest of all time. If she's not one, she's 2.
I'm sorry.
I just think
Finkel's number one. Like I get why you would put Samantha Irving number one, but Finkel was just absolutely perfect. That's just my opinion.
He's great. I don't know, just the amount of emotion and the fact that she tried to go outside the box and did so successfully. I can't remember many times where I was like, wow, that was a really shitty call by Samantha. Like, I legitimately can't remember a single time. She made a superstar that people did not give a single damn about in Chelsea Green, other than people were happy she got brought back. People were initially happy with that, but after that, it was like, okay, she's there. And then they made us care about her because Samantha Irving made her entrance fun with the Chelsea Green, and she said it different, and it was very fun, and it made us care about Chelsea. And then she was able to develop the character a little bit, but like, it's just like, how many times does an announcer elevate a superstar? It's most of the time, don't fuck it up and you're fine. But Samantha was so much more than that. And it's just an incredible loss to this company. I get it wasn't on bad terms, so that's good. Maybe she'll be back in the future. Best of luck to her. Absolute fucking legend.
Absolutely. Let me say one thing. I was shocked when I heard this the moment, but then when I thought about it, I wasn't shocked because Samantha Irving, she wanted to go to music from the beginning. I don't know again, I'm not in her mind. I don't know if pro wrestling was 100% her goal, but like one of her goals to be involved with it. And she did a really, really good job. And I mean, she's great on the flute. I forgot the video it was. She was playing the flute and then immediately I forgot what it was called. But she's talented. She's going to go on to do big things. And the one thing I hate when this news came out is everyone's pointing the finger like, oh, she's AEW bound. Oh, she's going to go with Ricochet. Number one, like, come on, guys. Like, first off, if she was going to leave to go to AEW, WWE would have A, kept her under contract, B, given her a gigantic bonus, and C, probably extended her contract. Point is, look, she's done everything amazing in 3 years. 3 amazing years. And not a lot of people last 3 months in that role or in commentary. Or like she was was amazing, and it's the emotion she brought. Like, my favorite moment in her time there, not only was when Cody finished the story, but when Bray Wyatt died. They played like on their YouTube channel, everyone speaking about Bray, and she's singing about Bray, and that made me tear up because Bray Wyatt's gone, and B, Samantha Irving's perfect. But yeah, I wish her nothing but the best. I'm gonna miss Samantha Irving, but I know whatever she's gonna do next in music or whatever, she will succeed.
For sure. Bernard, what do you got on Samantha?
Yeah, same. I write an article on her, and in case if you guys want to look at it, just go to stadiumrant.com. Look up your favorite, sports, basketball player, football player, team, everything. You want to look in all that, go to Stadium Rant. Go to each of our websites, me, Shake, Bake, Nicholas. You catch all our content and stuff there. But Samantha Irvin, like she's going to be missed. It's a huge blow to the company. Like I said, with Chelsea Green and Roman Reigns, John Cena, everything is like the way how she introduced a superstar. She was like, it was like, wowing. And my moment was the fact that when she was announcing, the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, at WrestleMania, when Cody Rhodes finished the story, like you said, Nicholas, it's like you see the way how she, tear up. Like, not only that she's a great announcer, but she also was into, the match and the storyline. And when she see Cody Rhodes finishing up the story, she got emotional. That to the point where she can't even
She can't even say the
pronounce.
name.
Yeah, pronounce the new champion. And I was like. And like that, and even then, she still killed it. That's the thing. She still killed it. And and it's like she like you said, Nick. She completed a lot in 3 years as a ring pronouncer. That anybody probably there as a ring announcer commentator in 3 months or 3 weeks and all.
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah.
look at Adnan Burke. That dude lasted probably like 3 or 4 weeks at commentary. Like, that dude was terrible. But
Oh wow.
she's done amazing. And Samantha, thank you. We
Yep.
appreciate everything you've done here. We wish you the best, and wherever you are, wherever you perform, we'll keep an eye on you, and we'll definitely we'll listen to see how your career projects. But the future is bright with her. The future really is
Yes.
bright with her.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I do want
Well-
to ask a question though. Who's the bigger idiot, Drew Gulak or Max Caster? Freaking idiots! Like Drew Gulak, ever since he got released, is now going on the independent scene because, of course, not one big company is going to hire him after his scandal with Ronda Rousey. With his stuff.
Wow.
And what does he decide to do? He tries to make it into a gimmick. Go full Joey Ryan style with it. Cuts a promo and everything. And then Max Caster decides to retweet about it saying, "This is amazing." I'm like, do you not think, dude, with your history and the fact that you almost got fired from AEW, like during the pandemic, like, you've clearly not learned your lesson. I like you, Max, but like, come on, bro. Who's the bigger idiot here, Max Caster or Drew Gulak? I want to ask you two this.
I really don't know who's the bigger idiot, the fool or the fool who claps for him. I really don't I ask myself that question a lot. I really don't know, because is Drew Gulak stupid for thinking he can make this a gimmick? Yes, he is. I get it, heel heat, but like, there's a thing between heel heat and like, this is beyond cheap heat. This is beyond taking pot shots at the crowd. This is like rubbing like what is very real in real life in everybody's face. And it's like, I think we're well past understanding that like there are certain things you just don't do. That's one of them.
This is the same guy who basically allegedly went to go for a handshake. I have my doubts about that when he's pulling stuff like that. With this gimmick, if he's just so innocent, why do you do this gimmick? You want to stay far away from all your allegations and stuff like that. This is the same guy who allegedly, for a handshake, decided to reach for Ronda's drawstring. How does that work? Where you're going for a handshake and you somehow touch the drawstring? Like, are you kidding me right now? Who are you trying to fool here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just more stupidity. But Carlito also was a moron on Monday Night Raw. Granted, it's not necessarily as bad as trying to touch a woman's crotch,
And
uninvitedly.
trying to make it into a gimmick. I mean, do these
Not
people?
that bad, but not great. Yeah. So Kyrie and Io were, I think, talking to Adam Pearce backstage, doing their thing. Then they stormed off mad, speaking Japanese, as they do, because they're Japanese. And Carlito goes, "Man, I gotta learn Chinese." Not great. Definitely worse things he could have said. But again, there are just certain things you don't do. That's one of them. That's not even cheap heat. Like, I don't even think like people are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to see Carlito get his ass kicked now." I think people are like, "I'd like to not see Carlito on my TV anymore."
And the worst part was it was unscripted.
Yeah.
Like I get like they allow more leeway now because Vince scripted everything. But like out of all the things you have to say, you say that. And look, and then you got people saying, "Oh, but you guys aren't going to handle Netflix well when they get over there, and they're going to allow be more edgier and all that stuff." It's a different time. What's like?
Yeah.
Come on, like these guys on social media who go like, "Oh, but you're not going to handle Netflix well." You don't see the point. What he said was wrong. And yes, Io and Kyrie said, "Oh, they thought it was okay," and him playing a goofy gimmick. Which, A, thank God for that. But B, would it shock you guys if Carlito's name's on the chopping block? Like when it comes to final cuts,
We've
they
talked
say,
about that already. No.
yeah, they said, oh, Carlito is going to be a singles run and he may get pushed. Yeah, they said the same thing about American Made, and that whole faction's basically dead underwater. But Bernard, I want you to answer what you thought about the Carlito stuff, and I never got your answer on who's the bigger idiot, Drew Gulak or Max Caster. So go ahead and answer
Well,
both.
before I go to Carlito's situation, one I say they're both in the wrong. They're both idiots. You don't try to make a gimmick out of that shit and all, especially concerning women. Like I say, you got to respect women at all times. Cause see, women are really uh tender about that shit. So you got to respect them at all times. Now to the Carlito situation. Rather unscripted or scripted, rather EO and Kyrie has a problem with it and all, but let's I'm gonna go ahead and keep it I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a million with you with the two of you guys. They say they may not have a problem with it, but behind cameras and behind the scenes and all that, I think they probably have a problem with it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. If I'm wrong, hey, I will admit I'm wrong. But with certain stuff like that, believe it or not, I've been through a situation like that I think a couple of months ago on my job. Of all the things you say, you say that situation, and I ain't gonna get into that too much. And I got upset about it, and I had a problem with it. The fact of the matter is, it's like this is what wrong with today's world today, and here, like here in the world today people think it's okay to say something and then it's like there's no repercussions for it. You know, Imagine if really Io and Kyrie did had a problem about it. What if Oscar was that time and they may not have a problem about it, but Oscar does, or Akira Hokuto or Bunakano and all. What if they have a problem about it and all? It's like you have to be careful what you say because it could come back and be repercussions. Now, they say I read it the other day that even though he has heat and backstage WWE, he's still not gonna get punished for it because I think he about to get up to do a singles push, and I think he about to do character change and all that and all. But I think before that, I think he deserves at least a tad bit of punishment. Just to let you know, this can't happen again, no matter what Ian and Kyrie say, whether it's a problem or not and all. The fact of the matter is it's wrong, and we have to punish you for it before you go on this run. So that's my thoughts on it.
I think I agree with a lot of what you say, but here's the one thing I gotta say with the push
Mhm.
stuff. I don't believe a word these people say. Oh, this guy's gonna get a push, or this person's gonna get a push. They said that with American. Like I said earlier, they said that with American Made. And look at them now. They are DEA dead. They had a feud with the White Six, which went nowhere. They tried the Alpha Academy, which was a complete waste of time, snooze fest. And now they lose clean to Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a big tag team tournament match. Like, where do they go from here? And I'll conclude by saying, Chad Gable, enjoy those 5 years with WWE. Enjoy them. Enjoy them.
You think he cares? He's cashing checks, dude. He does not give a damn. Listen, he did what he thought he could do. They didn't give him a title, and it's pretty much done. The man
done.
right here, lower right,
I'm done with him.
Adam Cole. That injury was a little worse than we might have thought. And tying in with the Halloween theme, it's a little weird, a little spooky. Maybe he's haunted now. Adam Cole has a dead person's bone in his foot. Just say what it is. And they didn't dig it out of a grave or anything like that. It was someone who donated, their body to science for stuff like this. But yeah, Adam Cole's injury was so bad, it wasn't possible to heal on its own or any type of reconstructive surgery. They had to replace it with another bone, which they ended up getting from a dead body. I mean, that's just crazy. I'm glad he's back, but that's crazy.
It's insane. It makes sense why his return went longer than originally anticipated. I mean, I'm not shocked that I'm hearing about this news, but the fact that he needed a transplant, that's telling to how bad his leg injury was, or ankle injury. I can't remember. It's lower body, but man, I'm just glad Adam Cole is back in the ring and he's doing his thing, baby, because I missed Adam Cole, and the fact that that type of injury happened and he needed a bone replacement, that could have been career ending. That really could have been career ending but luckily we got science to fix it, and I'm glad he's doing his thing in the ring right now and finally going after MJF, which that whole thing was botched the moment those two got hurt. But you want to know what the worst part about that news coming out is? People cared more about his relationship status with Britt Baker than the fact that we got news that he had to have a bone replacement on his foot. This guy's career almost, I could care less about these people's personal lives. But we got this news about his injury and the fact he needed to get a new bone, replacement or whatever it was, a donor to come and put a new bone in. That's bigger news than a relationship. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm just glad Adam Cole is back in the ring doing his thing, and I can't wait to see what he does, baby.
Yeah, Bernard, what do you got?
Yeah, Adam Cole. I remember Adam Cole back in ROH days, man. It's I remember him back in those days, and it's the man is talented. He's a great wrestler. Coming to one of the greatest of all time. I'm just glad he's okay. I didn't know it was a bone came from a deceased person, but hey, the fact of the matter is that he's up and going. He's back in the ring, and look forward to see what he does next. But I know that rivalry with him and MJF, it had to be one of the most talked about in 2024 for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for that feud. I mean, AEW television's been mainly lackluster. I mean, I enjoyed it a little bit, but it's been a little lackluster. My advice to AEW: can you please stop showcasing ROH titles on an AEW branded show?
No, they can't.
Can they please stop? And I love Chris Jericho. I really do. And I hope if he's listening to this right now, I have your Fozzy albums. They're on my phone right now, and I listen to them on my way to work. But you got to change this gimmick out. This learning tree gimmick is terrible. It's easily his worst gimmick in his career. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked here. Point is, that's the main part of AEW I'm watching. That Hangman Adam Page, I think he's great. And I'm telling you, the Hurt Syndicate with MVP and Shelton Benjamin, who's great. He had 2 great matches. Can't wait to see Bobby Lashley come back, because it's obvious he's going to come back and come to AEW. I can't wait to see him return. But Adam Cole, I miss NXT version of Adam Cole so much. And if he could bring that level of Adam Cole back to AEW with his leg hopefully 100%, I will be a happy man. So yeah, I'm happy he's back.
I don't know what 100% means for him anymore, but good luck and
That's fair.
well wishes for Adam Cole. But the meat and potatoes, what we all came here for. Name of the episode: Halloween Havoc this Sunday. Just gonna follow along WWE website if you want to kind of keep pace with us, see where we're at. First match on the docket: NXT champion Trick Williams versus Ethan Page in a Devil's Playground match. So those are always fun. That's what this show's about. Just having fun on Halloween, fun stipulations, some good storylines. It should be a fun show. Good one to react to. I think we are going to do it, right?
Yeah, I'm open to do
I
it.
think so. I'm open to do it.
Yeah, great. So match number 1, Trick Williams, Ethan Page.
Trick Williams. I got Trick Williams winning that match. It's going to be a heck of a match. Ethan Page going to give Trick Williams all he can handle, but I got Trick Williams winning it.
I disagree. I think they're going to have Ethan Page win for 2 reasons. Number one, I think Ethan Page is great. Love what he's doing in WWE. And I love this title reign he's on. B, I don't know if you guys noticed this. Trick Williams has been seen in the crowd of Raw lately. So I think a call-up is coming. I don't think he's going to be paired up with Carmelo Hayes in SmackDown or whatever like brand he's on, because we've seen that match plenty of times, and you could wait a little longer until a draft happens for them to maybe have a match together. But I think he's going to get called up to Raw soon, which is why I have Ethan Page winning, Trick Williams losing. He gets to eventually get called up and maybe get into a feud or something after probably. I could see him as a Royal Rumble entry, and that will be his call up and then his journey into WrestleMania. But yeah, I see Ethan Page winning.
Yeah, I do too. With the NXT title on the line, I think it's clear Trick Williams is kind of done in NXT. Just it's like, yes, he's the champion, but unless you want to put him against Obafemi, and at this point, I don't think you want to put a guy who's as over and as hot as Trick Williams against a guy like Obafemi, because you're going to hurt either guy. Whoever ends up losing, it's not going to be good for them. Whereas if you can continue to build them against other guys or just keep them away from each other for a longer time. But yeah, I like the Ethan Page pick. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think it's going to be fun. These two should put on a show. Next on the list, a little tag team action in the women's division. Pretty darn stacked right now. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are going to take on the newcomers, Julia and Stephanie Baker. That should be a fun one. No stipulation in this one, just a straight up blood feud tag match.
Yeah, now I think y'all might agree with me on this one. If not, then I'm gonna have to bet you on some cash. I don't know, but I got Stephanie Vicker. I got Stephanie Vicker and Julia winning over Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. And speaking of women's tag team, I want to throw this at y'all. I think y'all might like this. So being that Last Legend Jakara Jackson, they seem like they about to get another title shot against Bianca Belair and Jade and all.
Her and Lash Legend,
How about,
right?
Yeah, Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. How about this? I just thought about this yesterday and this morning at work. How about being the NXT Women's Tag Team division is hot right now? I got NXT Raw, no NXT, SmackDown, and Raw as the best women's division as far as WWE is concerned. Being an NXT Women's division is hot right now. How about put the titles on Last Legend and Jakara Jackson, let them take the titles down to NXT and see what they can do about it, see what Shawn Michaels can do about it and all. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's too late that the women's tag titles should be burnt. That's a good idea. I think it would be better for those to be down in NXT. I just think it's too late with those women's tag titles. They should get rid of those titles. They should burn it and never see it again. I'm sorry. But I get what you're saying. It's a little weird that they decided to call up Lash Legend this early. I thought she needed a little more time in NXT, but obviously they see something in her. But yeah, I agree. Julia and Stephanie Vaquero, it's too like they should win this match.
This
I hated how they had Julia lose early on in her career. I thought it didn't make any sense. On pay-per-view, if she loses, I don't know what they're doing. And look, I like Cora Jade, I really do, but like, not a fan of her return at all. Like the way she has, and I love Roxanne Perez. I mean, she's a
she's
star.
killing it, man. She's killing it.
She
She's
is a
killing it.
star. She's going to be the next big wrestler if Triple H books her well, which I think he will. She has the ability to be like a Becky Lynch. She's really, really good. But
Oh, you going that far?
I think so. I think she has potential to be a Becky Lynch where she could be a heel or a face. I think she's really that good.
We'll see. I
I'm
think
going Julia and Vaquer. I'm sorry, I didn't make my prediction. Julia and Vaquer.
they're winning. And what's going to happen is something's going to happen between Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, and that is the next women's championship match. Will between Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. That's what's going to happen. That's what's always happening with a newcomer that comes and tags with the champion, especially one that's a notorious heel like Cora Jade. It's written in the stars, gentlemen. Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, there is a flare-up. That is the next women's championship match in NXT.
By the way, before we forget, why did they change Delta's name when she's debuting in NXT as a totally what's her name again now?
Zaria.
Like, why? Why change Delta's name when you're going to allow Stephanie Vaquer and Julia to use their names?
Wow.
Delta was huge in the independent scene, and she was huge. Why change her name? Is it because Delta's in the Shield music? Like, why?
I don't know either. But Shake Bake, you got me on that one too, man. Let's see, I was thinking now Roxanne got 3 women she got to worry about, possibly 4. You got Stephanie Vaquer, you got Julia, and now you got Zaria, aka Delta, and then you got Cora Jade. So that's really 4 women she got to worry about. Because even though Cora Jade is on her side, yeah, I don't see the writings on the wall. She's going to end up turning on Roxanne, and that's when Roxanne going to turn face before she get calls up to the main roster. I don't.
Do you think that we'll see Delta? Because for now on, I'm calling her Delta until like the Zaria name gets like popular. Do you think Delta shows up on the show?
Yeah, and I think she's going to side with Roxanne and Cora.
I agree. I think that would make a lot of sense. But God, I hate that they changed her name. It really angers me.
Right.
It really does.
In the next match on the card, we got talked about it a little bit. Little NXT North American Championship match, little TLC well, I guess it's not TLC, it's TLS. Tables, ladders, and scares match. It's a TLC match. It's Halloween. It's Halloween Havoc. They got to make a gimmick of the name.
It's better than the silly tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs pay-per-view WWE did like a few years. Remember that stairs match between Eric Rowan and Big Show that they had? That match was total nonsense. It was so stupid.
Yeah, this one should be a lot better. Tony D'Angelo is the reigning NXT North American champion going against Obafemi, and let's be honest, it took the whole family to get the job done, but the family will not be barred from the contest. There's no disqualifications, obviously. It's going to be interesting. I'm not really sure where they're going to go with this one. Obviously, Obafemi is dubbed as one of those guys that's going to be dominant for a long time. And I think this might be a setting just for him to lose, just to get away from this title and kind of move towards the next thing. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got it back at the same time because they don't want him to lose again. I wouldn't be surprised by that either.
Yeah, I think Tony D'Angelo wins this. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think Nikita Lyons shows up in this match? Because
they've been teasing that.
Like, first off, I don't know why, because Nikita Lyons is terrible. But they're obviously teasing like Obafemi and her having some sort of relationship. I don't know why, but you think she shows up like to try to go against the family for Tony D'Angelo's group. I hope not, because like I said, Nikita Lloyd stinks, but I could see that happening in this match. But no matter what, Tony D'Angelo should walk out with the title. And I want Obafemi to go after the NXT Championship and be Ethan Page's next opponent. That's what I hope happens next. But I don't know. We'll see. No matter what, these two are amazing in the ring. I loved every single one of their matches. So this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. So yeah, can't wait to see it happen. Can't wait to see what they do in TLC or TLS. Tables, ladders, and scares. Give me a break. But
Scary. Yeah. It's spooky.
Yeah, but why?
I'm frightened thinking about it.
Why? Because it oh my god, this guy.
Oh man, my phone dropped. So I got Tony D'Angelo. Look, Omofemi, he's just a straight up beast. But I agree with you, Nicholas. It's time for him to drop the North American champion. He's now officially has the record as the longest reigning NXT North American champion in NXT history. He done set that aside. I think NXT needed to pull Gunther move 2.0. He should go up to NXT championship and win that. So I got Tony D'Angelo winning this match.
So Bernard, when you say he should pull a Gunther, does that mean drop his name and make it controversial with what the original name was supposed to be?
No. What I mean is, it's like with Gunther, he was NXT UK champion for a long time. Yeah. He went on to that, and then that's when he went on to WWE. He won an Intercontinental champion. He set the record as the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. Then, and now he's the World Heavyweight champion. And they don't tell him how long he's going to hold that title for. So that's why I said NXT need to take the Gunther approach on this. Being that Obafemi is the longest reigning NXT North American Championship, he should go after the NXT Championship and win that. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. I was just playing around with you. I knew what you were saying. I was just making a joke there. But yeah, I agree. I think that would be perfect for Obafemi. Dude is great. He really... they really have something in Obafemi.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely insane. Onto the women's side of the North American Championship, Keilani Jordan, the inaugural champion of the women's North American title, is going to face one of the members of Fatal Alliance in a title match. I don't exactly know how that's going to work. Are they going to decide when they get there?
Keilani's winning. It doesn't matter.
I think they're building her up more. Have her win this. All three members of Fatal Influence are going to get involved. This is just the Keilani Jordan build up. I just hope they make it fun.
Yeah, I got Keilani Jordan too. Listen, they don't do nothing, man. They go around, they backstage, they whine about this, whine about that, but then you're not out in the ring, not doing anything. All you is you got three women. Talented women walk around in the locker room backstage. They're complaining and bitching about how they're not getting this and not getting that. And you got new upcomers coming in. They're receiving this, receive that. Put in the work. And even if you put in the work, I still got Keilani Jordan winning. And what I predicted, they might got some shit up this evening. Hell, it might be a 3-on-1 handicap match for the women's North American Championship. But I got Keilani Jordan winning.
You want to know what this Fatal group reminds me so much of? They're basically the main roster version of the Pure Fusion Collective group, but they actually have a bright future and aren't going to get future endeavors. But yeah, it's so annoying. I hate the way they've been booking this. But to be honest, it doesn't matter who challenges. Keilani's she's gonna win. It's too early to take the title off of her.
Yeah, it's the first reign. You want to make it look good. Last one on the card here, and this is an example of leaning into something that happened that's not so controversial because, of course, Ridge Holland didn't injure anybody on purpose. It's just a little weird now. All of a sudden, you have an ambulance match between him and Andre Chase of Chase U. And it's just a little funny that Ridge put a couple of people in the hospital and now he's in an ambulance match. That's leading into it. That's not that problematic.
He is the male version of Nia Jax. He's terrible. He really is.
Yeah, he can't wrestle for shit. Hell, I got
no offense to Mr. Holland. I mean, he'll probably beat me up if I ever see him, but like,
He's strong
you
as hell.
you don't have it, dude. You really,
Like-
and I like that you're in the Chase U. Like, I thought that was great for him to beat the big guy, but like they turned on Andre. He turned on him way too early. I don't see what a singles run's going to do for him. I mean, I've lost track how many chances he's gotten in WWE. So yeah, this is a match that I could care less about. I really could care less about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's not much to it. I mean, I don't even care to predict it. It's just I hope it's entertaining. I think Andre Chase is probably gonna win, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm just gonna go Ridge Holland because it's clear WWE's gonna book him for something. I don't know why. He stinks, but like he's not Nikita Loin's terrible because at least she hasn't injured somebody, but Ridge Holland has. But they obviously see something in him. I think he wins. But if he loses this match, Ridge Holland's, I thought about it. Like, what else do you have him doing? Like, you just have him turn against like the leader of the group, and you're obviously trying to have him be one of your next big guys. If he loses, what do you do with him next? Like, I don't understand what you do with him. I don't know why he's employed, to be honest with you, but you know.
Here we are. Bernard, what do you got on this last one?
I got. I'll probably say Rich Holland. I got a feeling Thea Hale's going to turn on Andre Chase and go side with Ridge. That's what I keep thinking too. That could be a possibility. I could be wrong, but I have Rich Holland win by interference of Thea Hale and turning on Chase U and side with Ridge.
I like it. Listen, last topic of the night, gentlemen. I got to be honest. I don't know much about it. I wasn't. I got to be honest. I thought Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling was way farther off in the distance than it was. Nicholas has been all on top of it. You can go ahead and take away on this.
Yeah, so I actually watched Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's first show. This is when like this was hyped up a lot because Scott D'Amore, who was a big part of NXT's revival when they were starting to, well, NXT, what am I saying? Impact before they went to TNA, and then that organization fired him. I still don't understand why. He started his own promotion, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, and I was interested in it solely for the fact that we got the return of Mauro Ranallo, who is my favorite commentator of all time. Like you can maybe argue Bobby the Brain Heenan or Gorilla Monsoon is better, but I loved Mauro because he was in the black and gold NXT and he was great there. Even in the main roster, like before JBL and Vince McMahon bullied him out of the company. What else is new? I mean, I've lost track how many allegations there have been of Vince and JBL of bullying people, but Mauro Ranallo was fantastic. He has not lost a beat. A lot of fun matches here, and I think it's telling a lot of TNA talent went over there to support Scott D'Amore, and it wouldn't shock me if they left TNA to go to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. But the one match I want you guys to see, and I loved this match so much, Konosuke Takeshita versus Mike Bailey. My God, that was an amazing. I love Konosuke Takeshita. He's like him and Matt Menard were like one of my favorite AEW guys that I thought the world of, and we're going to be the future of the company. And Matt Menard, I don't even know what he's doing now. He's like commentating now, but Konosuke Takeshita is great. And I cannot wait to see that man eventually get the AEW World Heavyweight Championship one day, because I think he's going to. He's that great in the ring. I liked that the start that Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling had. I hope they continue to go and maybe expand into America. I think they're going to be mainly in Canada because they're a Canadian-based. They're going to be mainly Canada-based, but I don't 1,000% know. But the show was really, really, really fun, and I cannot wait for Josh Alexander versus Konosuke Takeshita when they have their next match. That's going to be fun. Really is going to be fun. Well done to everyone. Well done to Scott D'Amore. I'm definitely going to watch another one of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling shows, and hopefully they can, strengthen the competition out a little bit and face AEW and maybe WWE and TNA. But I'll tell you one thing: one show in, they're in a much better place than the NWA is with Billy Corgan. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, good show, gentlemen. That's pretty much going to do it for us this week. Like we said, we will be live Sunday watching NXT's Halloween Havoc event, having some fun with the chat, talking with you guys, talking about the matches, everything going on. Live reactions. We can't play the pay-per-view, but you can hang out and chat with us. It'll be a good time. As always, give all the boys a follow on social media. All of our ats are right here. Go follow Stadium Rant on all their social medias as well. Check out stadiumrant.com for more articles on your favorite players, teams, and leagues. And as always, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Acknowledge it.